very striking.
Federal court.
Yeah, no. they have not. They've said, as you pointed out, that it was a mistake. It was striking to me to see Marco Rubio in the Oval Office today defending all of this because this is a flashback from when he had written a book about his family and there was a biography written about him. Rubio's grandfather was ordered deported when he came to this country and ultimately actually was not deported. He was in the country illegally, was not deported, and was retroactively given some form of asylum, which all that is to say, he took advantage of a process that existed for him, just like many of these immigrants do. Maybe they are in the country illegally, but they go to a judge and they make their case, and that's a process. It was a process that worked for Marco Rubio's grandfather. It was a process that worked for him, and he's sitting there in the Oval Office now saying that process should not be available to everybody else.
Two issues.
Saying the opposite of what the administration is saying. They admitted it was a mistake. You're saying it wasn't a mistake. So was it a mistake?
Two issues. On the Secretary of State making a comment, the reason the administration believes they got a big win at the Supreme Court is because the district court was trying to compel the executive on foreign affairs. The Supreme Court threw that out. That's not what the Supreme Court has ruled. And what Marco Rubio is saying is true. The courts have long recognized that they cannot compel the executive on foreign policy matters. That's number one. Number two, what they also believe is that politically, the American people want them to be as aggressive as possible and pull all the levers they can pull to solve a crisis that has festered for years. And, you know, we keep calling this guy Maryland man in the press. Nobody seems to worry about the Maryland mother, Rachel Marin, who was murdered by someone that the previous administration let out of jail.
But not
so
by
this is
man,
a visceral political. This is a visceral political issue.
That's incredibly dishonest to conflate these two people.
All administrations,
not
both
the same
parties
person.
parole people into the country, and I think we did step away from.
Why would we do that?
All administrations.
Why? What is the compelling reason to put this person back in the country?
I think we did.
So
I think we did get off the topic.
Let me let Raul finish.
I think we did get off the topic, though, of President Trump floating the idea again, as he has on multiple occasions, of sending American citizens, American prisoners, to El Salvador. And just for the record, you know, we have the Eighth Amendment, we have due process rights, we have statutes on the books now that forbid sending people to foreign countries, let alone to a place associated with incredibly brutal conditions and terrorism. And he is floating this idea and bringing it into the mainstream.
All right, we got to leave it here for that conversation.